Good evening. Tonight, I want you to examine a question that most of us never dare to ask ourselves. Who am I really? Beneath the patterns, the habits, the quiet scripts that run my life without my consent. We live in a world that programs us subtly, invisibly, and almost poetically. From the moment we are born, we are handed a set of codes, beliefs, fears, assumptions about what is possible. These are not truths, they are programs. And the first step toward liberation is recognition. The recognition that you have been following someone else's operating system. If you desire transformation, you must break the old programming. You must initiate a paradigm shift. But let us be clear, this is not merely thinking differently, this is a deep, structural, seismic realignment of how reality itself registers within you. Most of our lives are governed by what I call invisible architects. These are the cumulative voices of culture, family, education, and media quietly shaping your desires, your fears, and your choices. Consider this, if your mind were a computer, these programs are running in the background without your permission. They dictate how you react to failure, to love, and to opportunity. They whisper the rules of scarcity, of limitation, of what is safe to pursue. Breaking old programming begins with awareness. Awareness is not intellectual, it is not thinking about thinking. Awareness is the stillness where you watch the scripts play without judgment and you identify them for what they are: artificial constructs masquerading as reality. A paradigm shift is not small, it is not incremental, it is a rupture. It is the conscious act of stepping outside the code that has been running you for decades and installing a new operating system, one that you designed. Step 1. Observe without attachment. Notice the thoughts that repeat themselves like a worn out record. These are the old programs. Step 2. Interrogate them ruthlessly. Ask, is this mine or am I repeating a borrowed pattern? This is uncomfortable because the mind resists freedom. It prefers the familiar chains even if they are painful. Step 3. Reprogram deliberately. The new paradigm is not about positive thinking, it is about precise, conscious recalibration. You decide what you will allow to define your perception of reality. You decide the lens through which you will see yourself and the world. And step 4. Embody it consistently. A paradigm shift is meaningless unless it manifests in your actions, in your speech, in your daily choices. This is where theory becomes power. When you break old programming, the universe stops being a rigid adversary and becomes a responsive participant. You realize that your life is not a series of random events, it is a reflection of the codes you choose to run. Old programs thrive on fear, new programs thrive on clarity. Old programs measure success externally, new programs measure it internally. Old programs live in scarcity, new programs operate from abundance, creativity, and courage. The remarkable thing about conscious reprogramming is this: once you take control of the scripts, your external reality bends to the integrity of your internal system. The walls you thought existed were never walls at all, they were illusions generated by outdated code. Breaking old programming is not an exercise in comfort, it is an act of courage. It is the quiet rebellion of the mind that refuses to be limited. It is the ultimate declaration that you are the architect of your own reality. Tonight, I invite you to step into the space of your own authority. Examine the patterns, interrogate the scripts, and install the paradigm that resonates with the truth of who you are. And this is the work of freedom, and this is the work of mastery. Remember this: the mind you inherit is not the mind you must obey. You are not a prisoner of the past, you are a conscious creator standing on the edge of the infinite possibility. If this lecture stirred something within you, an awareness, a question, a quiet fire, then you have taken your first step toward breaking your old programming. Subscribe, engage, and join this journey of conscious creation. And remember, freedom is never given, it is remembered. I will see you in the next exploration of the mind.